Hello everyone. In the last video lecture we talked about the Dirichlet principle. Today we will start with the definition of the heat equation. So what is the heat equation? The partial differential equation of the form ut minus delta of u is equal to 0. That will be the homogeneous heat equation, and ut minus delta of u is equal to f, where f is known, a given function, that is the non-homogeneous heat equation. So here that t, that will be positive, and this x is always belongs to, here belongs to u, and u is, you know, that is the open subset of Rn. Now here you have to find out the small u. Okay, that will be the solution of the given heat equation. So what is u here? U is a function from u bar into 0 to infinity to r, right? It is such that u is a function of x comma t, where x belongs to u and t is some real number, right? So which is lying from 0 to infinity, that means t is positive here. And delta of u here, what does it mean? Delta of u means delta you are finding with respect to x. That means delta x u, if I write down, that will be curl square u over curl xi square for I equal to 1 to n. So that summation will be the delta of u. And f is given function, which is a function from u cross 0 to infinity to r, right? So this type of the equations are known as the homogeneous and the non-homogeneous heat equations, right? Now we start the physical interpretation of the heat equation. The heat equation, you know that heat equation is also known as the diffusion equation. U is the density of some quantity such as heat, chemical concentration, etc. Okay, in the heat equation u is that density of the quantity. If I take the subset of u, so I take here v is a subset of u, any smooth subregion, then the rate of change of the total quantity within v is equal to the negative of the net flux through the surface, through the boundary of the v, right? So over here we will write down in the mathematical form. So over here you can write down a rate of change of the total quantity within v, that will be equal to the negative of the net flux, negative of the net flux, that the negative flux through the surface, through the boundary. Okay, so what is f? F is the flux density, and what does it mean? That means the total quantity or the heat going through the v, that is mean by the flux. Okay, so we written here d by dt of integral of u over v will be equal to the negative of integral of f dot nu ds over the boundary of v, where nu is the unit normal to the surface. Okay, now if we consider this term, the given term, so I will write down this one. Now if d by dt of integral, that can be written as curl u by curl t, and that will be minus of f dot nu over ds. Now we know the Gauss divergence theorem. So Gauss divergence theorem says that the surface integral of some vector field f over the closed surface curl v, that will be equal to the volume integral of the divergence of that function inside the surface. Okay, so that is the by the Gauss divergence theorem. So surface integral to volume integral, that will be given by, right? Now if we rewrite this equation, that will be given by this plus this, that will be equal to 0. Now integral is over v, so we combine the integrals, so it will be curl v over curl t for divergence of f dx will be equal to 0. Okay, but here we take some arbitrary subset of subregion of u. Okay, if v is arbitrary, for every arbitrary function you are getting this thing is equal to 0. So what does it mean? You will say that will be equal to 0, right? So you will say that curl u over curl t plus divergence of f, that will be equal to 0. But divergence of f you know that can be written as nabla dot f. Curly over curly divergence f will be written by this nabla dot f. Okay. In many situations, f is proportional to the gradient of u but points in opposite direction. But the flow is always from the region of the higher temperature to the lower temperature. You say the higher concentration to the lower concentration. So we will say that f is proportional to the negative of the gradient. So we will write down that it will be given by this one. So f is proportional to the negative of the gradient, you write down here. Okay, minus of nabla u, or we write down f is equal to minus k into nabla u, where k is the constant of proportionality. Okay, so if I take what we want here, we want nabla dot f. So you take nabla dot f will be equal to nabla dot, what is the value of f is minus k nabla u. So k is constant, so minus k taken outside, and nabla dot nabla u. You know that what is does it mean nabla of u. So it is written in the right side. It is shown that the nabla of u will be given by nu1. This is the operator which will be given by like this: nu1 curl over curl x1 plus nu2 curl over curl x2 plus and so on nu_n into curl over curl xn. Okay. So if nabla dot nabla if I take, so that will be this operator with itself, that will be nu1 that becomes because it's a unit vector in the nu1 direction. If you take nu1 dot nu1, that becomes 1, and nu1 with others which will be 0. Okay, so that means nu1 dot 1, and that will be curl by curl x1 of curl by curl x1. It will be curl square over curl x1 square, right? And plus in the same manner it will be nu2 dot nu2, that becomes 1, and that will be curl square over curl x2 square, and so on. It will be curl square over plus curl square over curl xn square, right? And what it is says that it is the operator delta. Okay, so we write down here nabla dot nabla u is nothing but the delta of u. Okay, so nabla square u is means the delta of u, so it will be minus of k delta u, right? So nabla dot f will be minus of k delta u. So over here we write down minus k delta u. So if we choose k equal to 1, so for this nabla dot f will be given by, for k equal to 1, so nabla dot f will be minus of delta u. So it will be minus of delta u, right? So now I place the value of nabla dot f over here. So when I write down here, it will be curly over curl t minus of delta u. So that will be curly over curl t minus of delta u will be equal to 0. So this is your heat equation actually. Okay, so that is the physical interpretation of the heat equation. Okay, so the next is the derivation of the fundamental solution of the heat equation. We want to derive the fundamental solution of heat equation. We consider the homogeneous heat equation, which is ut minus delta of u will be equal to 0. Okay, where u you have to find out. U is the unknown here. U is from u bar cross 0 to infinity to r, and u is written as a function of x comma t, where x belongs to u, and this t is positive here, right? Now we suppose that uxt is the solution of the given heat equation. If uxt is the solution of the heat equation, then u for any real number lambda, u of lambda x comma lambda square t will also be a solution of the given heat equation. Okay, we suppose that, so we define a structure like that. We are searching for the solution of the heat equation, which is uxt. Okay, so we define the structure of the solution like this: 1 upon t alpha t raised to power alpha v of x upon t raised to power beta. So what is v here? V is a unknown function here actually. V is from r raised to r n to r. Okay, which you have to find out. And what is alpha and beta? Alpha and beta are also unknown. You have to find out this value also. Okay. So we search the solution uxt by using the structure in this way: 1 upon t raised to r alpha v of x upon t raised to r beta. So when I use u equal to this, so what does it mean? U is the solution of the given heat equation. So that means that should satisfy this equation. So we will find out the value of what? What you have to find out? You have to find out u of t and minus delta of u. So from here you will say partial derivative with respect to t of this one also. So it will be this one, right? And you have to find out delta of u. That means double derivative with respect to double partial derivative with respect to x. Also you have to find out, and their summation I equal to 1 to n, right? So in this way we start. First of all we find out the partial derivative with respect to t. So if I take partial derivative with respect to t, ut of xt will be equal to curl by curl t of u. U means 1 upon t raised to r alpha v of x upon t raised to r beta. So what we will apply here is just this is also a function of t and this is also a function of t. So you will apply the product rule over here. First function as t, derivative of the second one, plus second as t, derivative of the first one. Okay, so it will be written as this plus, yes, what will be the derivative of 1 upon t raised to r alpha? It will be minus alpha upon t raised to r alpha plus 1. And if you rewrite this one, that will be written like this. So you call this equation as 3. Now we got that we have to find out this both values. We have to find out this one, and so for this value, so separately we just try to solve it. After that we will place it in the equation number 3, right? So we are, individually we are solving this one. So consider this part: curl y curl t of v of x upon t raised to r beta. So what is x here? X belongs to u subset of Rn. So x is actually the x1, x2, x3, xn, and that is divided by t raised to r beta. So x upon t raised to r beta will be written like this: x1 upon t raised to r beta, x2 upon t raised to r beta, xn upon t raised to r beta. So v is a function of this one, right? So now I call this one. Suppose this is y1, this is y2, this is yn, right? So I am saying that yi will be equal to xi upon t raised to r beta for I equal to I is greater than equal to 1 and less than equal to n. So this becomes v is a function of y1, y2, y3, yn. Now you have to apply that chain rule over here. So when you find out, what you have to do, you have to find out the partial derivative with respect to t. So v is a function of y1, y2, y3, yn. So what it will be? First we will say that we will take the partial derivative of v with respect to y1, then the derivative of y1 with respect to t. Similarly, partial derivative of v with respect to y2, then partial derivative of y2 with respect to t. In this way we will do, and then partial derivative of v with respect to yn, then partial derivative of y with respect to t, right? In this way we will write down the derivative. So that will be given by this. Now you know what is curl y1 over t. So we find out the curl yi over curl t, then in place of the I we will write down 1, 2, 3 and so on, right? So हमें इन सभी की वैल्यू मिल जाएगी. So हम कर्ल yi और कर्ल yt निकालते हैं. yi is given by this, so it will be कर्ल yi over कर्ल t. What it will be? That will be x1 is constant, xi is constant here. So if xi is constant, you say that, and t raised to power minus beta, so its derivative will be minus beta upon t raised to power minus beta minus 1. That means divided by t raised to power beta plus 1, right? In the another words, you can say that it will be minus beta xi upon t raised to power beta plus 1, right? So what will be curl y1? I की वैल्यू 1 रखे तो कर्ल y1 और कर्ल t, that will be minus beta x1 over t raised to power beta plus 1. curl y2 over curl t, that will be minus beta x2 over t raised to power beta plus 1 and so on. So we place the value. This value curl y2 over curl yt, curl t will be equal to this one, curl y1 over curl t, that will be minus beta xn over curl t raised to power beta plus 1. Okay. So in this way, when we place the values, you can check here, the minus beta upon t raised to power beta plus 1 is common throughout the expression. So we just take it out, and the remaining will be written as it is, curl v over curl x1 or curl v over curl y1 into x1 plus curl v over curl y2 into x2, curl v over curl yn into xn. Okay, that can be written like this. These are the product of actually the two expression that can be written as curl v over curl y1, curl v over curl y2 and this vector into the x1, x2, x3, xn, right? So what is this one? This is actually the x. So it will be dot x will be written. So and what is this one? This is actually the gradient vector, all first order derivatives. Okay, so it can be written as d of v x upon t raised to power beta. Okay, this is d is actually the dy. Okay, means derivative with respect to y, it is there. So d of v, it is there, and v is what? V is a function of x upon t raised to power beta. So that's why we will write down it is d of v of x raised to power beta and this is x as it is. तो ये वैल्यू हमने निकाल लिया, फर्स्ट टर्म जो हमने निकाली थी उसकी वैल्यू ये है, ये वैल्यू हम यहाँ पर प्लेस बैक कर देते हैं ओवर हियर इक्वेशन नंबर 3 में. ओके, सो वी विल प्लेस द वैल्यू ओवर हियर. सो 1 अपॉन टी रेज़्ड टू पावर बीटा ऐसे ही था, वो वैल्यू जो अभी निकाली है वो यहाँ पर पुट करेंगे माइनस रिमेनिंग टर्म. सो हमारी यू टी की वैल्यू आ जाएगी. सो इन दिस वी विल सी द यू टी will be given when we use the equation number 3. So it is ut will be equal to 1 by t raised to power alpha as it is था, उसकी वैल्यू जो अभी निकाली है वो हमने यहाँ पे रख दी है एंड माइनस रिमेनिंग टर्म, राइट. सो इट कैन बी rewrite as minus beta upon t raised to power 1 into t raised to power beta and the remaining term will be as it is, right. So what next? It will be minus beta upon t will be taken outside. So minus beta upon t will be taken outside, and this is x and this is t raised to power beta. So we combine this one. I rewrite x upon t raised to power beta together and d of v of x raised to power, sorry, x upon t raised to power beta minus remaining term. We were calling this one is as y. Okay, so d of vy into y, it is there, and minus remaining term, this is actually we are calling y. Okay, so it will be, we got the value of what from the equation number 4, we got the value of ut. तो अब हमारे पास ut आ चुका है. For the heat equation, what was the heat equation? That was actually the ut minus delta of u will be equal to 0, right. So ut हमारे पास आ चुका है. This is the equation number 4. So let it be. Now we will find out the value of delta of u. So now delta of u will be given by summation of curl square over curl xi square of u I from 1 to n. That can be rewritten as curl by curl xi of curl by curl xi of u, right. And what is u here? You know that it is 1 upon t raised to power alpha into v of x upon t raised to power beta, right. So just open this integral. When you solve it, so you have to find out the derivative with respect to x here. So 1 upon t raised to power alpha is constant, so you are taken outside from the summation. So the remaining will be that is as it is, and curl by curl xi of v of, I just open it in the similar manner as you done above. It will be x1 upon t raised to power beta, x2 upon t raised to power beta, xn upon t raised to power beta, and you are calling this one is y1, this is y2, this is yn, right. So it will be like this. So when you have to find out the partial derivative with respect to xi of v, so it will be again by using the chain rule. So partial derivative of v with respect to y1 into curl y1 of curl xi, then curl v over curl y2 into curl y2 over curl xi, and so on. It will be there. Okay, so but you see here, this y1 is independent of xi, so that will be 0 here, right? Because what is yi? yi आपका क्या है? yi है xi upon t raised to बीटा, t raised to बीटा. तो अगर यहाँ पे y1 है, y1 का मीनिंग है x1 अपॉन टी रेज़ टू बीटा, बट x1 और xi तो इंडिपेंडेंट है, सो दैट मीन इसका डेरिवेटिव 0 होगा. देन ये क्या होगा? कर्ल y2 मीन्स कर्ल x2 अपॉन टी रेज़ टू बीटा डेरिवेटिव रिस्पेक्ट टू xi, अगेन दैट विल बी 0. ओके, दिस टर्म विल बी 0. जब हम yi का निकालेंगे, yi मीन्स xi अपॉन टी रेज़ टू बीटा का पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव रिस्पेक्ट टू xi निकालोगे, सो दैट विल बी 1 अपॉन टी रेज़ टू बीटा एंड ऑल द रिमेनिंग डेरिवेटिव्स विल बी 0. ओके, तो यहाँ पर ये वाला डेरिवेटिव आएगा 1 अपॉन टी रेज़ टू बीटा एंड कर्ल v और कर्ल yi विल बी एज इट इज एंड ऑल द रिमेनिंग्स विल बी 0, राइट? So we will write down all the remaining 0, that will be only the term. So after getting the derivatives, we will get only curl v over curl yi into 1 upon t raised to beta. So we got summation that is everywhere I equal to 1 to n. You can write down by your own, that is I equal to 1 to n. Okay, हमने यहाँ पे मेंशन नहीं किया, ये सभी यहाँ पर सेम टर्म है, यहाँ पर ये सभी समेशन I equal to 1 to n है, राइट? So it will be curl over curl xi of 1 upon t raised to beta into curl v over curl yi, and it will be again 1 upon t raised to beta is constant taken outside from the summation, so it will be 1 upon t raised to alpha plus beta curl over curl xi of curl v over curl yi, right? Now you have to again find out the derivative, so again the chain rule will be applied. So ये फंक्शन एक तरह से हमारा y का है, so पहले इसका डेरिवेटिव हमारा y के रिस्पेक्ट में होगा, yi की, फिर yi का xi के रिस्पेक्ट में, राइट? It will be written like this: partial derivative of this with respect to yi into yi का derivative with respect to xi. Now when you find out its derivative with respect to yi, so it will be curl square v over curl yi square and curl yi over curl xi. What it will be? yi आपका क्या था? That was xi upon t raised to beta. So अगर मैं इसका डेरिवेटिव पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव with respect to xi निकालता हूँ, that will be 1 upon t raised to beta. So it will be there. So again 1 upon t raised to beta is constant taken outside from the summation. So in the last we write down I equal to 1 to n. यहाँ पर सभी समीशन आपके I equal to 1 to n थे, right? So over here we got 1 upon t raised to power alpha plus 2 beta and summation I equal to 1 to n curl square v over curl y square, right? So अब हमारे पास ये किसकी वैल्यू आ गई? डेल्टा ऑफ यू की वैल्यू आ गई है. अब आपका यूटी भी आ चुका है, डेल्टा ऑफ यू भी आ चुका है. सो वी place the value of both 4 and 5 in the equation, given equation number 1. So over there we place जो हमारी ut की वैल्यू आई थी ये रही, और माइनस ऑफ डेल्टा यू ये रही डेल्टा यू. So minus of delta u equal to 0. Now you have to find out the solution of this equation actually. Okay, so what is this one? We rewrite the term, and what is this one? You can say that it is this is y actually, so you can say that curl square v over curl y square, right, of vy. So it is actually the delta of vy, so it will delta of vy. So we got here this expression, right? Now to simplify this equation, we consider that b equal to 1 by 2 beta. So when you are considering beta equal to 1 by 2, so after using this value, the equation this will be written like this. Just place the value of beta is 1 upon 2, and over here this is as it is. यहाँ पर वैल्यू ऑफ बीटा अगर हम यूज करेंगे, इट विल बी अल्फा प्लस 1. ओके, टी रेज़्ड टू अल्फा प्लस 1 will be there and delta y. Again solving this one, we are getting minus 1 upon t raised to alpha plus 1 delta y. Okay, now throughout the expression हमने बीटा को 1 by 2 किस लिए यूज किया? बिकॉज हमें दिख रहा था अगर मैं बीटा को 1 by 2 यूज करता हूँ, ये भी टी रेज़्ड टू अल्फा प्लस 1 हो जाएगा, ये भी टी रेज़्ड टू अल्फा प्लस 1 है, ये भी टी रेज़्ड टू अल्फा प्लस 1. So 1 upon t raised to alpha plus 1 is common throughout the expression, and that can be means removed from the expression. Okay, so that's why we consider beta equal to 1 by 2. So now here you can check that it is 1 upon t raised to beta is common throughout the expression. So just divide it by this term both side. So we divide the term. So when divided by both sides the term 1 upon t raised to power alpha plus 1. So we got the expression is 1 by 2 d of vy dot y minus alpha of vy minus delta of vy. Right. Now you have to find out the solution of this one. So we suppose that the radial solution we are interested to find out. So we suppose this vy, I take that vy is actually the w of mod y, and mod y is what? Mod y is r. So we are calling this r as the mod of y, that means summation of yi square I equal to 1 to n power 1 by 2. Okay, so this w is actually from r to r. Okay, so now what it will be? Vy is equal to w of r. So you have to find out the value of what? अब आपको वैल्यू निकालनी है डी ऑफ वी वाई निकाल लीजिए. वी वाई तो हमने रखी देगी डब्ल्यू ऑफ आर, और डेल्टा ऑफ वी वाई निकाल लीजिए. राइट. सो अब हमें डी ऑफ वी वाई निकालना है और डेल्टा ऑफ वी वाई निकालना है मेन. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम वी स्टार्ट करते हैं डी ऑफ वी वाई. सो व्हाट इज वी वाई? वी वाई इज डब्ल्यू ऑफ आर. So it will be d of wr. Okay, so when you will find out the derivative of wr with respect to y, this d is actually the derivative with respect to y. So it will be w dash r into curl r upon curl y. Right. So it will be written by this one. But what is r? R is mod y. So it will be curl by curl y of mod y. But what will be the derivative of mod y with respect to y? That will be y upon mod y, right? We have done in the previous lectures also. So it will be w dash r into this one. And what is this one? The denominator term, this is the r actually. So again we will write down w dash r into y upon r. So you get the value for the d of vy. Right. So हमें टर्म किसकी वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है यहाँ पर? इक्वेशन नंबर 6 में हमें फाइंड आउट करना है d of vy dot y. So we take the dot y also with this one. So when I take dvy is this one. If I take dvy dot y, so this is dvy dot y. So what is y dot y? That is again the mod y square upon r. But mod y is r, so r square upon r, that will be r into w dash r. So it will be r into w dash r. Okay, तो हमारी जो फर्स्ट टर्म है इक्वेशन नंबर 6 में, इसकी वैल्यू आ गया r इंटू डब्ल्यू डैश आर. इसके जगह तो आ जाएगा सेकंड टर्म में अल्फा, ये हो जाएगा डब्ल्यू ऑफ आर. बस हमें ये टर्म निकालनी है. जब ये तीनों टर्म की वैल्यू आ जाएगी तब हम इक्वेशन नंबर 6 में पुट करेंगे, देन वी विल मूव ऑन. सो इन दिस वी विल फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ डेल्टा ऑफ वी वाई. सो व्हेन यू फाइंड आउट डेल्टा ऑफ वी वाई, व्हाट इज डेल्टा? डेल्टा इज द लैप्लासियन ऑपरेटर, यू नो दैट इज कर्ल स्क्वायर ओवर कर्ल वाई स्क्वायर ऑफ वी वाई. Okay, I is summation I equal to 1 to n, and vy is w of r, again can be written as curl y of curl y of w. So curl y of w of r will be w dash r into curl r upon curl y. Right. So what is r actually? So r का मीनिंग यहाँ पर क्या है? r was r equal to y1 square plus y2 square y2 square plus yi square plus एंड सो ऑन, ऐसे करके yn square. ओके, और होल पावर कितनी है आपकी? 1/2 है. ये है r आपका. जब आप इसका डेरिवेटिव विद रिस्पेक्ट टू yi फाइंड आउट करोगे, सो व्हाट इट विल बी? तो सारे पहले तो आ जाएगा आपका 1/2 रेज टू पावर -1/2. ओके, सो इट विल बी 1/2. जब -1/2 होगा तो रूट में नीचे आ जाएगी टर्म, बट रूट ऑफ दिस टर्म इज व्हाट? दिस इज r, तो 1/2 r तो नीचे आ जाएगा आपका. राइट. और फिर इन सभी का पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव जो अंदर है आपके टर्म्स, इनका विद रिस्पेक्ट टू वाई फाइंड आउट करोगे तो ऑल विल बी 0. बस वाई का विद रिस्पेक्ट टू वाई करोगे वाई स्क्वायर का, तो इट विल बी 2 इंटू वाई. सो इट विल बी 2 इंटू वाई. सो 2 विल बी कैंसल आउट वाई अपॉन आर. ओके, सो इट कल आर ओवर कल वाई विल बी वाई अपॉन आर. राइट. So it will be w dash r into yi upon r. Right. Now you have to find out the derivative of this one with respect to yi. So there are actually the three terms. So this r is actually the summation y square and whole power 1 by 2. So ये भी function of y है, ये भी function of y है, ये भी function of y है. So there are the three functions of y. So if you consider it as a product rule, if you apply it to the three functions, so it will be written like this. First, this w dash r and r 1 by r is as it is, derivative of yi, that will be 1. So w dash r and upon r is as it is, and derivative of yi will be 1, right? Then w dash r and yi is as it is, w dash r and yi is as it is, 1 upon r का डेरिवेटिव करेंगे तो माइनस 1 upon r स्क्वायर इंटू कल r ओवर कल yi प्लस yi upon r is as it is, and w dash r का डेरिवेटिव करेंगे तो w डबल dash r कल r और कल r over कल yi. It will be written like this. Clear? Now we have already solved. कल r over कल y क्या आया था आपका, अभी yi upon r आया था, अभी हमने सोल्व किया था. तो इसकी जगह yi upon r and this is also yi upon r. So you place it value. ये आपके as it is. This one is as it is. This is y upon r. ये टर्म आपके as it is है. ये वैल्यू is y upon r. When we simplify this term, you will get in this way. Y square mod y square upon y square by this is r cube, and this is y square upon r square w double dash r. So you have to now take the summation individually. The summation of the first term plus summation of this one plus summation of this one you take, right? So when you are summation individually of the expressions, so you will get this one. W dash r upon r का summation लोगे, this is constant, no I is here, so just you taken outside from the summation, only one will be left in the summation, okay? And यहाँ से आपका without जो independent of I है, W dash r upon r cube taken outside, and summation of y square, and over here also W double dash r upon r square is independent of I taken outside from the summation, and summation y square is there. So what is the summation y square? That is actually अभी हमने क्या था कि r क्या था, जो आपका समेशन y स्क्वायर है इसकी पावर 1 by 2 था, पावर 1 by 2. सो होल दोनों तरफ पावर स्क्वायर देते हो तो स्क्वायरिंग बोथ साइड यू विल गेट दैट समेशन ऑफ y स्क्वायर किसके इक्वल आएगा, r स्क्वायर के इक्वल. सो दैट इज एक्चुअली r स्क्वायर, दिस इज आल्सो द r स्क्वायर. सो वी राइट डाउन एंड समेशन ऑफ I equal to 1 2 and 1, so 1 adding n times that will be n. Place it r square, place it r square, and we will get this one. Okay, after simplification you will see here what is the term here, w double dash r is left here. This is w double dash r, so we will write down w double dash r, and यहाँ पर दोनों टर्म आपके w डैश की बची है, w डैश अपॉन r, एंड ये w डैश इंटू n अपॉन r. तो अगर यहाँ से w डैश कॉमन लेते हैं इन दोनों टर्म से, सो w डैश अपॉन r इज कॉमन हियर, राइट? सो यहाँ से n बचे, यहाँ से 1 बचा, तो n minus 1, so we'll get the second term, right? In this way we will get the value, what value for जो आपकी डेल्टा ऑफ v आएगा. सो डेल्टा ऑफ v की वैल्यू भी आ गई है. सो you got the value of delta of v and you got the value of dv dot y. सो अब हम इक्वेशन नंबर 6 का यूज करते हैं. वहाँ पर हम dv dot y की वैल्यू यूज कर देते हैं, माइनस अल्फा इंटू ये हो जाएगा डब्ल्यू आर, और यहाँ पर डेल्टा ऑफ वी वाई की वैल्यू जो निकाली वो यूज करते हैं. सो यूजिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस इन द इक्वेशन नंबर 6, व्हेन यू यूज, सो यू विल गेट this one. So that will be the expression we get after placing the value of r minus this one. Alright, just multiplying both sides with the negative sign, you will say that it will be given by this. To simplify this expression, we take alpha equal to n by 2 here. Okay, so you understood that why we are taking that alpha equal to n by 2 to find the solution of this one actually. Okay, so I take alpha equal to 1 by 2. So till now we have using beta equal to 1 by 2 to find the solution of the given expression, and now we are using alpha equal to n by 2. So when we use alpha equal to n by 2, we will get this one. This alpha is n by 2 and terms. Okay, now these terms can be written as the derivatives of some terms, because यहाँ पर w r as it is है और यहाँ पर w का डेरिवेटिव है, यहाँ पर w डैश r as it is है और यहाँ w डैश r का डेरिवेटिव w डैश r. ओके, तो यहाँ पर प्रोडक्ट रूल बन सकता है दो टर्म्स का, अगर हम इस पूरे एक्सप्रेशन को किससे मल्टीप्लाई करते, अगर r रेस्ट पावर n से मल्टीप्लाई करते, क्योंकि r रेस्ट पावर n से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो फर्स्ट टर्म आपकी क्या बन जाएगी, r रेस्ट पावर n. ओके, तो ये r रेस्ट पावर n ऐसे होगा, w का डेरिवेटिव हो जाएगा w डैश r प्लस n इंटू आर रेस्ट पावर n माइनस 1 आ जाएगा और w ऐसे कैसे. ओके, सो वी विल जस्ट मल्टीप्लाई दिस द होल टर्म विद आर रेस्ट पावर n माइनस 1. सो जब आर रेस्ट पावर n माइनस 1 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे यू विल अंडरस्टूड दैट, सो विल गेट द एक्सप्रेशन दिस वन. सो ओवर हियर यू कैन ऑब्जर्व, इन दोनों टर्म्स से आपको 1/2 कॉमन है. आफ्टर टेकिंग 1/2 व्हाट विल बी लेफ्ट, आर रेस्ट पावर n इंटू w डैश r प्लस n इंटू आर रेस्ट पावर n माइनस 1 इंटू w r. सो व्हाट इज दिस वन, यू कैन सी हियर दिस इज द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ आर रेस्ट पावर n इंटू w r. तो ये आर रेस्ट पावर n इंटू w r का डेरिवेटिव है रिस्पेक्ट टू r, राइट. तो ये इसका डेरिवेटिव आ गया, इसलिए हमने यहाँ पर इस एक्सप्रेशन को आर रेस्ट पावर n माइनस 1 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, राइट. एंड द सेकंड एक्सप्रेशन यू आल्सो कैन check that. When you check the second expression, r raised to power n minus 1 as it is, w dash r का डेरिवेटिव हो गया w dash r, फिर w dash r as it is, r raised to power n minus 1 का डेरिवेटिव हो गया n minus 1 इंटू r raised to power n minus 2. तो हमने इस टर्म को क्या लिख दिया, r raised to power n minus 1 इंटू w dash r का डेरिवेटिव. ओके, वी अप्लाई द dash here, right. So after rewriting this expression we rewrite the equation number 7, right. So now when you do the integration both side, what we got, that derivative will be cancelled out, that will be half of r raised to power n into w r and plus r raised to power n minus 1 into w dash r equal to some constant, right. Now dividing the whole expression by r raised to power n, when we divide the whole expression by r raised to power n, we will get w r upon 2. जब इससे r raised to power n से डिवाइड करेंगे w dash r upon r और it will be k upon r raised to power n, right. So now we have the equation number 9. अब हमें इस k की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करनी है पहले, तभी हम w r की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करेंगे. तो what will be the value of r? Okay, so just take r tending to infinity. We are taking, when we take r is tending to infinity, so that becomes 0, that becomes 0. So you will say that w r by 2, that will be equal to 0, that means w of r will be equal to 0. So यहाँ से w r की वैल्यू आपकी क्या आ जाएगी, 0 आ जाएगी. नाउ अगर मैं w r की वैल्यू यहाँ पर 0 पुट करता हूँ इस इक्वेशन में, तो ये आपकी 0 होगी. तो बचा क्या आपका w डैश r अपॉन r इक्वल टू k अपॉन r रेस्ट पावर n माइनस 1. ओके, so that means multiplying both side by r, we will get this one, w dash r will be equal to k upon r raised to power n minus 1. Again if you take r is tending to infinity, so if you take r is tending to infinity, so it will be k upon infinity, that will be 0. So w dash r will be equal to 0, right. So we will get that w dash of r will be equal to 0 as r is tending to infinity. तो हमारे पास w dash r भी 0 आ गया और w r भी 0 आ गया. तो अगर w r और w dash r दोनों 0 आते हैं, so you will say that place its value, that will be 0, 0, 0 will be equal to k. Okay, so that means we got k will be equal to 0. आपकी k की वैल्यू क्या आ गई यहाँ पर 0. So when this k is equal to 0, जब हमने w r और w dash r की वैल्यू यहाँ पे 0, 0 रखी तो k की वैल्यू 0 आ गई. k की वैल्यू यहाँ पर 0 पुट करने के बाद इक्वेशन नंबर 8 में वी गेट द इक्वेशन दिस वन. w r upon 2 plus w dash r upon r will be equal to 0, राइट. सॉरी, इक्वेशन नंबर 9 में हम पुट करेंगे तो इस k की वैल्यू वी विल गेट दिस वे. So it can be rewrite equation w dash r upon r will be equal to minus of w r by 2. So collect the term of w r one side and the remaining term other side. So it will be w dash r upon w r will be equal to minus of r by 2. When you take the integration both side, that will be log of w r will be equal to what? Minus r square by 4 plus some constant. So I take the constant of integration is log of c. So it can also be written as log of w r minus of log c will be equal to minus r square by 4, and that can be written like this. Now w r upon c, what it will be? W r upon c, it will be e raised to power minus r square by 4. And what will be the value of w r? W r will be equal to c into e raised to power minus r square by 4. ओके, बट हमारे पास डब्ल्यू आर की वैल्यू आई है, हमें तो यू की वैल्यू निकालनी है. ओके, तो यू हमारे पास क्या था? यू वाज एक्चुअली द फंक्शन ऑफ दैट वी ऑफ वाई. वाई क्या था? एक्स अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर बीटा. लेकिन वाई वी वाई को हमने क्या डिफाइन किया था? डब्ल्यू ऑफ मॉड वाई. लेकिन मॉड वाई क्या था मेरा? आर. तो इट वाज द डब्ल्यू ऑफ आर. तो डब्ल्यू ऑफ आर की जगह हम क्या लिखेंगे? डब्ल्यू ऑफ मॉड वाई. सो डब्ल्यू ऑफ मॉड वाई विल बी इक्वल टू दिस थिंग. ओके, आर की जगह लिखोगे मॉड ऑफ वाई. सो मॉड वाई स्क्वायर बाय 4, राइट. बट डब्ल्यू ऑफ मॉड वाई क्या था आपका? वी वाई. सो यू से दैट दिस इज द मॉड वी वाई. दिस इज वी वाई विल बी इक्वल टू दिस वन. बट वाई क्या था आपका? एक्स अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर बीटा. तो वाई की जगह एक्स अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर बीटा रखिए. दैट विल बी वी ऑफ एक्स अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर बीटा इज इक्वल टू सी इंटू ई रेस्ट टू पावर माइनस ऑफ मोड एक्स अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर बीटा स्क्वायर. तो क्या हो जाएगा? मोड एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर 2 बीटा, राइट. एंड 1/4 इज एस टी. एंड तो आपका यू एक्स टी क्या था? वी ऑफ एक्स अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर बीटा को 1 अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर अल्फा से मल्टीप्लाई किया था. तो हमारे पास यू ऑफ एक्स टी क्या है? 1 अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर अल्फा इंटू वी ऑफ एक्स अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर बीटा. सो ये आ गया आपका 1 अपॉन टी रेस्ट फॉर अल्फा. ऐसे कैसे? वी ऑफ टी एक्स रेस्ट फॉर बीटा की वैल्यू हमने यहाँ पे रखी. तो ये आ गया आपका एक्सप्रेशन, राइट. इसी को रिलेट करके लिख सकते हैं सी अपॉन टी रेस्ट टू पावर अल्फा. हमने क्या लिया था? हमने दो टर्म यूज किए है अभी तक वैल्यू, कि हमारे पास जो अल्फा अननोन था उसकी वैल्यू तो हमने इक्वेशन को सोल्व करने के लिए यूज की थी n/2, और बीटा की वैल्यू क्या यूज की थी? 1/2. सो यू यूज बोथ द वैल्यू ओवर हियर. ओके, तो इट विल बी सी अपॉन टी रेस्ट टू पावर अल्फा. अल्फा इज n/2. सो सी अपॉन टी रेस्ट टू पावर n/2 ई रेस्ट टू पावर माइनस ऑफ मोड एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन 4 इंटू टी रेस्ट टू पावर 2 बीटा. लेकिन बीटा क्या था? 1/2. तो 2 बीटा हमारा क्या होगा? 1. सो टी रेस्ट पावर 1. सो इट विल बी माइनस मोड एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन 4t. माइनस मोड एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन 4t. ओके, सो दैट इज एक्चुअली द यू एक्स टी. तो जो हमने प्रपोज किया था सोल्यूशन, जो वी से स्ट्रक्चर बनाया था, दैट इज एक्चुअली द सोल्यूशन. सो फाइनली वी गेट द सोल्यूशन ऑफ द हीट इक्वेशन एच दिस वन. ओके, अगर यहाँ पर c की वैल्यू में 1/4 पाई रेज टू पावर n/2 यूज करता हूँ, सो दैट इज एक्चुअली known as the fundamental solution of the heat equation. Okay, so what I am saying, we got the solution of the heat equation is like this. So यहाँ पर अगर मैं constant की वैल्यू यूज करता हूँ 1/4 पाई पावर n/2, so you will say this function, this one. So the function, उस फंक्शन को हम डिफाइन करेंगे इससे कैपिटल फाई ऑफ एक्स टी. सो कैपिटल फाई ऑफ एक्स टी x, t विल बी इक्वल टू, तो ये इसी तरह के तरीके से आप लिखोगे 1/4 पाई इंटू टी रेस्ट टू पावर n/2 इंटू ई रेस्ट टू पावर माइनस मोड एक्स स्क्वायर बाई 4t, वेयर एक्स बिलोंग्स टू आर एंड टी इज पॉजिटिव. ओके, अगर टी नेगेटिव है, सो इफ टी इज नेगेटिव, सो दैट विल बी इक्वल टू 0. सो जो ये फंक्शन है कैपिटल फाई ऑफ एक्स टी, दैट इज नोन एज द फंडामेंटल सोल्यूशन ऑफ द हीट इक्वेशन. ओके, जैसे हमने पहले डिफाइन किया था कैपिटल फाई ऑफ एक्स अगर हम शो करते थे, दैट वाज द फंडामेंटल सॉल्यूशन ऑफ द लाप्लास इक्वेशन. and capital phi of xt, if I write down, that will be 1 upon 4 pi t raised to power n by 2 into e raised to power minus mod x square by 4t, where t is positive and x belongs to Rn, और अगर t नेगेटिव है तो इसकी वैल्यू 0. तो ये हमारा हो गया फंडामेंटल सोल्यूशन ऑफ हीट इक्वेशन. एंड रिमेंबर दैट अगर मैं phi 0 0 की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करता हूँ, सो ये क्या आएगा, infinite. So that means that capital phi will be non-singular. Okay. Oh, sorry. That will be, yes, 0 0 by infinite. So that means capital phi will be singular at 0 0. Right. And one more thing you note that sometimes we write down capital of phi of xt can also be written as capital phi of mod x comma t. Right. So that was the fundamental solution of the heat equation. The next topic we will discuss in the next class. Thank you very much, students.